In this lesson, we'll be explaining the steps involved in creating a rollover button and how to add it to a page on your site. A rollover button provides an eye-pleasing option to your site as an alternative to a standard hyperlink. When a user hovers their mouse over the button image, it magically changes. A great party trick to impress all your friends. Okay, how to create a rollover button. There are a variety of methods for doing this, but we're going to show you the cleanest, most browser-friendly option. A small caveat, however. While this method generally works fine on modern computers from the last 5 years or so, you may find it a bit hit and miss on anything older, so be cautious. There are 3 aspects to this process: creating the image, adding the HTML to the page, and adding some new styles to the CSS file. Okay, step 1, creating the image. What you need to do is create a single image that includes your button in its normal state, as well as in its rollover state. The final image will be exactly twice the height of the button size. For example, if your button is 100 pixels wide and 20 pixels high, then the image you're creating will be 100 pixels wide and 40 pixels high. Step 2, the HTML. We simply insert a search engine-friendly hyperlink in the code, as shown here. It's important we give the link a unique ID, as in this example, it is clickme1. This is particularly important if we are adding more than one rollover button. The second button will be clickme2, etc. and etc. The reason for this will become obvious in this next step, which is adding the CSS. This is where a little bit of CSS magic comes into play and transforms our ordinary looking hyperlink into a super impressive rollover button. Add the CSS code shown here to your CSS style file, replacing clickme1 with the ID you have used, as well as updating the image file name. If the image isn't stored in the same folder as your CSS file, then add the full URL. You should also change the width and height so that it's the same width and height as your button. Remember that you've made your original image twice as high as your actual button, so your height number should be half the height of your image. Lastly, look at the part that refers to the background position, as shown here. Substitute -20 with the number you just used for height, with a minus in front of it. So if the total height of your button is actually 60 pixels and not 40 as we've used in our example, then change it to what's shown here. Save the changes to your CSS file, and that's it, you're done. And time for today's lesson summary. In this lesson, we looked at how you can easily make a rollover button that works on multiple computers. The 3 steps were creating the image, adding the HTML to the page, and adding some new styles to the CSS file. And that's all we've got time for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.